it's Kayla, and I want to show you guys something. Voila. Now this is what we call a vision. Actually, I think I made this in 2023, but either way, I'm going to share with you guys how God did it for me and what was the prayer. You know, I get that a lot, like, what was the prayer? What was the prayer? Tell us. So first, we'll start off with why I'm creating this video. For one, it's a new year, and I want to see all my homies prosper, setting goals and succeeding in them, living a purposeful and intentional life. And that's why I'm making this video. And I don't just call y'all my homies because only a few of y'all, so we're fine. But we're tight, okay? So therefore, I'm going to share with you guys everything that I know that worked out for me. Another thing, as a believer, entrepreneur, I've come to learn so much about vision in literally those two places. So what exactly is vision and what do I mean when I'm talking about it? Vision is seeing beyond where you are today, for me. But also it's a sign of hope, and it's described in a dictionary as the ability to think about or plan the future with wisdom and imagination. Another describes it as the faculty or state of being able to see. And that's the one I'm gonna talk about today. Not that the first one wasn't, intriguing. It's just some people can't see past where they are. That's why we see a lot of people who are depressed, living in the same cycles, dealing with the same things because they can't see themselves in a better position. So I'm going to help with that by demonstrating how exactly I've created my vision board and what God did for me because of the vision. First, my board was inspired by myself. Like I dreamt of all this for myself. It's what I wanted to see for my future. It's what I believed I could achieve with God, because with man, it's impossible, but with God, all things are possible. So I put all the things I wanted for myself, and I ended up doing pretty much all these things. So when it comes to your vision, first, see past where you are today. Your vision has nothing to do with where you are today. Little to nothing. It's plainly about where you're going and where you're headed. And sometimes you're gonna have to change your path for your vision. And that is totally fine. That is where your labor of prayer comes in, so God can help guide your steps. Now, when it comes to creating the vision, please do not get a piece of paper, write on there, I want to be rich. No. What does that look like? What does it feel like? What is it that you see when you say rich? Like, what is rich to you? It's super specific. I was very specific when I told God I want a downtown loft. This right here, the view, that's what I wanted. Downtown area. I wanted groups of girls coming over. I wanted to see the sunset. And this is me protecting my house. Fun fact, by the way, I was a huge Kim Possible fan when I was younger, okay? That girl was a beast. And she's kind of like me today. Like, I was going to school, living an undercover life that I'm literally fighting demons outside of school hours. That was seriously, like, I felt very related to Kim K. I almost said Kim K. KP, okay? But it was KJ at the time. I went to church one day and I was getting prayer and they were like, I see Kim Possible. God said you're the Kim Possible of the earth. And I believed it too, because I'm like, only God would know how much of a Kim Possible fan I was as a kid. That's how intimate God is about your life. Yeah, so when it comes to creating your vision, be very specific because it's gonna make your focus a lot more narrow. Like, that's the whole point of the vision, is focus. You can have those things for sure, but are you able to obtain those things? Not without focus. To focus, you have to really cut out all the oddballs, all the things that really doesn't matter for your pursuit, so you're not wasting time, energy, effort. For the Bible says that those who go after worthless pursuits will eventually come to poverty, pretty much. So you don't want to waste your time with worthless pursuits, okay? I've spent a lot of time doing that, and I've come to learn now that I definitely had to narrow down my vision, make it very specific so that I can run after it. Write the vision, make it plain. Next, now you gotta get the picture. Make sure you got the exact color couch you want for your house. If you want a new living room set, get those colors. Get those details, okay? God is very detail oriented. Look at us. Like, got all the details. Be very detailed when you're making your vision board. What I included in mine was where I wanted to live, spiritual goals. I wanted to, really pray for others. Then I had the company I was working for, where I wanted to be in that company. I wanted a great big team, top recruiter, but turns out those things actually didn't happen for me. I went on Pinterest, or you can go on Google, just find those exact pictures that you want, and then print it out. Make sure it's in color if you can, so you can really see it. And then get a plain piece of a board. I got these from Target for like $5. It's like a 6-pack. Make it as big as you want, okay? And as detailed as possible, pretty much. So that's how I made the board. What did I do next? I prayed over my board. I was in my room when I made that board, and I wanted that vision so bad. I started talking to God, and I was being very honest about what I wanted to see. I was like, Lord, I want to be in the same situation, like the things I desire. And he honestly cares. Like, I used to think that stuff, it's selfish, want all those things, and so God's not gonna give it to me. And God did call me selfish one time. Let me not lie on God, but specifically what he told me was, I came into prayer, and it was one of the second or third times I actually heard from God, and I was in the quiet place. That's another YouTube video that's gonna come out, all about the quiet place. You desire so much for yourself. I was like, he didn't lie. It was true. I desired so much for myself. Even today, even now, I still have to stop sometimes and just look around, like, how can I help somebody else? Yeah, so I prayed and I told God, and I was just honest. That was the prayer, honesty. I was telling him why I wanted those things, what I'll do if he'll give it for me, and give it to me. And from there, I just sat it somewhere where I could see it in the morning, and I would pray and I would look at it all the time. I've read in a book, the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, Jack Canfield, The Success Principles. And I've been reading his book, and he said when you have vision, put it up somewhere. When you create a vision board, which every successful person recommends, put it somewhere where you can see it every day, in the morning, soon as you wake up, or even throughout your day. Set it up somewhere where you can see it, because it'll keep that in your mind so you're continuously not getting distracted, and it really helps with manifestation as well. So I definitely recommend, once you create your board, to set it up somewhere nice and pretty where you have access to it. I personally kept a picture of it on my phone, took a picture of it, set it as my screensaver one time. Definitely keep the vision somewhere at all times. Lastly, now we're gonna get into what exactly did God manifest from my vision board. First, we're gonna start with the apartment. Guys, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what happened. For one, I want you guys to remember that God is not slow to his promise, but he is patient with us. Yeah, I prayed that prayer, but it also took me on my part to learn some things as I was like waiting on God, because sometimes we're not really waiting on God. Sometimes he's waiting on us. I asked for the apartment, yet I wasn't saving. So it's like faith has works, and that's where God will meet you when you meet with him. It's a partnership. So I'm like, if I want an apartment, I can't be buying clothes and shoes all the time. And food, don't get started. Food, friendly tip. When you're budgeting, get that food on lock. That's where 90% of our income is going. There's no way food should be next on the budget list compared to rent. First, he got the apartment. It was once I saved up my first $700 something that I received a text from my sister talking about, here's our new apartment. Sent the whole video and everything. I was like, what the heck? I was like, God, like, you answered me, oh my God. Just like my vision, I was going all over the place. But this is what the apartment looked like. And then this is what it actually was. I was like, yo, there's no way I should have got that apartment. Next, another thing God manifested on my board. Here, I got engaged. Okay, he did that for me. It was November 2023. Yeah, I got engaged. So this got to be my 2023 board. I don't think I made a vision board for 2024. For the rest of these, I wanted to, be a prayer warrior, disciple. I did actually. I was doing nails at that time as well. A girl came over, I did her nails, and I ended up praying for her, and God really touched her heart that day. I was like, oh my God, this was on my vision board. I love the girls. I also had a ministry for the youth as well. They were like my age though and under. That also manifested. It was on Zoom. Oh my God, it was the best time ever. I feel like a lot of people took some things from that group, so I feel satisfied with that. Also, what else did God manifest? Oh yeah, boom, I wanted cute little girl parties at my house. And I met this group of girls. It's like when your friend know a friend, that know a friend, that know a friend. And we were all friends at that point. So that's how we all connected. It's these beautiful women right here. We love them. I miss them so much. I had to leave them in Houston, but we are always together in spirit. But yeah, we came to our house. We had like a fun time. We were doing parties, Bible study. It was really good. So God made a way for that out of nowhere. Another thing, real estate. Now for the rest of these, God either didn't do it because I really didn't want it, like I said I did, or he also is still in the process of fulfilling those things because some things take longer time. Such as, for instance, this one where I wanted my own recruiting group. I did not travel with my recruiting group and go to networking events, but I do not want to be a recruiter. I hated it, but I wanted to do it because I knew I could, and that's my problem. But I didn't because it wasn't what God had for me. Although that didn't work out, I got something better. I got my business that I actually wanted. He gave me that year a vision of my book that I was writing. I believe that was way after I had this. I kept this hidden from the internet for a while just for privacy reasons, because I didn't want anyone to, deter what I was hoping for by either their words or insisting on things, you know what I mean? Like, some things you gotta keep private. So I kept this private for a long time. And now that all of it is pretty much done, I'm gonna share what happened now. And that's what I've learned, the cue of being quiet. Right here, the children, obviously that didn't manifest yet. And then real estate. I believe this year that's gonna happen for me. I'm actually in the process of creating another vision board for 2025 through 2026. I believe that that's gonna be wild. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I'm so happy to share this. It feels like a weight lifted off my shoulders. And I just want to pray over your visions and that God do it for you guys. Because Lord, if you don't do it, it won't be done. I thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you guys took a lot of information out of this. Drop down in the comments a fun fact that you learned from here, that anything that you pulled from here that really stuck out to you, just so the next person can see it, maybe if they didn't hear it or whatever. Yeah, check out in the link box for a discount code called Manifest2025 for 20% off your order on my website. We're gonna have some new drops this year, lots and lots of new drops, and I thank you guys. Love you. I wanna start